Alright, this video is for all the brokies out there.
If you clicked on this, you obviously don't have enough money. So welcome to the club. Alright, 5 habits that are keeping you guys poor, and let's change these habits because habits make us who we are. And if you want to make some money, if you want to be rich, you gotta get rid of these bad habits. Habit number 1.
Habit number 1. Bad debt. What you know about those credit card bills, boy?
Nothing, I say clean.
I
say
don't.
clean.
I don't.
Cause I have $30,000 in credit card debt. When they call, I tell them I can't pay it back yet. Credit card debt. Tomorrow I may buy myself a dining room set or this Boba Fett. Credit card debt.
What you know about it? Let me know. Let me find out.
I do a little bit. It's not that bad. So I had some credit cards. Nothing bad. 3,000, 4,000 maybe.
That's pretty bad.
It's not that bad.
C-A-P.
Like, but I had a job with a minimum wage.
That's pretty bad.
That is bad. But at least like I grinded and I struggled and I paid it off very like it was very hard to pay those bills off. Especially like because I made the mistake of thinking that all the credit card the max, the limit is my own money. The 1,500 max, it's my own money. So I was just like, I'm gonna spend my own money.
Yeah.
So I just went crazy with it. Like whatever I needed. Oh, I still have like 600 left in my credit card. Like I still have 300 left in my credit card. I was just.
You want to go to eat? You want to buy something?
I was just eating. I was buying like insane amount of like clothes and eating out. I was so comfortable. Like, oh, I have a credit card. Just swiping my credit card everywhere until one day it rejected at a restaurant, and then I was like, what?
Who are you with? Who are you with?
No one? Yeah, no, I was eating alone. At
Wait,
some
so
point.
so what happened?
So it got rejected, and I was like,
So who paid
shit.
for it?
I had to use my other credit card. So I had to use my other credit card, and then I maxed that one out too. So I just kept maxing.
What was the limit on the second credit card?
It wasn't that much. It was 500.
Okay.
So it maxed out quick.
Yeah.
Then I moved to the other ones. That's what people do. I feel like in America, like it's such a wrong concept. People just keep applying for credit cards, keep getting accepted somehow too. Like,
Yeah.
and because I've seen people on average, a person has like at least 5 to 6 credit cards in America, which is weird. I do understand it because it's more money in your pocket, but at the end of the day, it's not your money.
Yeah.
It's the bank's money. You have to get that money back. And when it's the time to give it back, no one wants to.
Yeah.
Guess what you do then?
What? Open another credit card.
Or apply for another credit card.
No, so like what you should be doing with credit cards is it's literally a test run, especially if you're new. You're 13, 14, 15, 16. A lot of the YouTube audience is much younger, and this is built for you guys who are coming into adulthood.
Yeah.
When you get a credit card at the beginning stages, for you to start developing a relationship with your bank, with lenders, letting them know like, hey, I am good about money. I do pay it back in time. So it's not for like the money. It's not your money. It's money that you borrow, and at the end of the month, it should be you paying it off. So you should only swipe it on things you know you can afford and you will pay off. Use it quite literally as a debit card, but build history, build rapport. So when you go buy those major expenses like a house, like a car, stuff that's like 30, 40, 50 or $200,000-$300,000, you have that history to build rapport with these banks, and they're gonna trust you because they know you pay back in time. Not like if you're going to a restaurant, you can't even pay for your lunch.
Emotional damage.
The bank is not going to trust you. Why would they give you a home loan or a car loan knowing you can't even pay for a $50 dinner or a $50 lunch? How are you going to pay for a house or a car?
And if you're young right now, I know like a lot of young people mostly, like, they're not really serious, or they're not really into credit cards, and they don't really know about
No one
credit
teaches
cards.
this stuff in school.
No,
And then
like,
you're 18.
until you have to have one, right? Basically rent houses, like to buy houses, buy a car, whatever you do, you have to have credit. And by the time they have to have credit, like, their credit is so screwed. I was gonna say something else, but they're just deep debt of bank loans that they can't marry, they can't buy their own house, they can't they can't basically do anything.
Nope.
You're just tied to your job, your 9 to 5, or just because
You're grinding.
to make minimum payments.
Yeah.
Second one is my favorite.
What is it?
It's what car can you actually afford?
I'll give you something better. So like we just talked about interest and
Yeah.
credit cards, right? Interest rate. So let me tell you about a friend I had one time. This man went and, you know, like bought a car, let's say it's about $20,000. Great deal, man. It's a luxury car. They're getting it for on the low.
Let me guess, it was an SUV.
I
think I know that guy. I think I know that guy.
Alright, anyway, so had a friend get an amazing deal on this used car. I mean, it was like $25,000 for, I'm not gonna say it was a luxury car brand, right? Interest on that, let's just say it was over 25%. Getting absolutely obliterated. Now, he had an insurance check and he had like $15,000 on it. He could have paid that and got a car that was like 15 grand or like 20 grand. Maybe just, you know, if your interest rate is so high, get
There's
something
lower
that you
interest rate.
pay something so much, like get like a Camry, or I don't know, get something reliable. If you don't have a lot of money, how are you even gonna afford, you know, the maintenance on an expensive car if you can barely afford the car payments, right? He wasn't making a lot of money. He just got approved for it.
25% APR.
That was insane. And I was talking to your friend, right? And he works in the he works for a Lexus car dealership for over 6 years, and he was saying a lot of times when they run your credit, they come back, they actually lie and tell you a higher score than you actually have just so you get approved. It's insane. They're there to steal your money. So when it says what car you can afford, that doesn't mean don't go by what someone, like what the dealership is offering you to lend you money. Do your own budgeting. See how much you can actually comfortably afford paying per month and have some money left over in case of repairs, downtime, maintenance, on what type of vehicle it is. In this day and age of like your expenses, your house, your bills, everything, like just because you get approved doesn't mean you approve that purchase. Ooh, this is my personal favorite. This one causes pain in my heart to say. Eating out, guys. If you're young and you're just getting to adulthood, or you just got your driver's license, or you're in college or high school, whatever, man. Even if you're like 40-year-olds, man, eating out. This is dangerous. This is extremely dangerous.
Especially if you're a foodie, bro.
Oof.
If you like.
Now, I'm not saying don't eat.
Don't eat.
You gotta be smart, though.
Don't eat.
You gotta be smart. All right. How do you be smart? Okay. So my biggest pet peeve is when people are lazy, and especially DoorDash. Now, not only on DoorDash are you spending same item, let's say a food or like a pasta Alfredo, whatever it costs, like $19.99 actually in the store. DoorDash charges you like $23, so you're already paying $3 extra. Then you gotta tip the driver. That's fair. No. That's
no, you
fair.
have to.
You should tip the driver. Yep. Otherwise, you're a scumbag. All right, but then you have to pay fees. You're paying the monthly subscription for, you know, DoorDash to get like lowered fees, but you're still paying like $5-6 in fees. No, my voice just went high because that pisses me off.
And the restaurant is actually 5 minutes away.
That's the worst thing, bro. If you don't just get up,
I don't get
and go.
I don't get it.
He doesn't. I do. Dude, you can literally there's curbside ordering now. You don't have to do anything. What is $20 now ends up costing you $33?
No, it's carside pickup. Like
you just go. Look at Domino's now.
Like, and they bring you your food in the car. Like
exactly. It's you do this.
It's the effort that they don't wanna get up and just get in the car and drive like 5 minutes.
And if you're clicking on this video, you're broke.
If you're this lazy,
you have no reason to be broke. You can't be broke and lazy at the same.
You're broke.
You're fucking poor!
Same time, that's just not how this world works.
Yeah.
You can choose to be one or the other. If you got money, fine, be lazy.
Be lazy.
Yeah.
But if you don't have money and you're lazy, like,
Get your ass up and go.
if your DoorDash delivery guys have to pull up in a trailer park, you're doing something wrong. You shouldn't be ordering DoorDash anyway.
That could get us canceled. But then again, we can get canceled. We don't have a following to be canceled. Alright, that, and then look, there's super simple stuff like coffee. Man, like, if you're in the office, chances are 90% of the time they give you the coffee maker in your office.
Yeah.
I cannot tell you how many times I had coworkers just pulling into work Starbucks every single morning.
Bro, it's like so expensive now. It's even more expensive. It's like
Oh,
$7,
$8.
Yeah,
Hey, I ain't
for
gonna lie, I used to
coffee?
do it because it used to taste good, but then I realized I'm getting free coffee right down the hallway.
No, it's just a brand. Like if you're holding the cup,
It's a feeling. It's the ice that just, it's a feeling.
You feel bougie, like.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. And then, but the thing is, like, when you do that, sometimes you end up getting a croissant, muffin, stuff like that. Stuff that costs $4 at, Rouse's or Whole Foods for, like, a pack.
So it's never like just $7. It's probably gonna be like more 12 or 13. Like
You end up tipping, if you go to the same location every time, don't be that person that doesn't tip your local coffee shop, right?
they're gonna spit on your coffee.
Yeah, that's what's gonna start
Unless
happening.
You wanna drink coffee with spit.
Yeah. So, I mean, be smart in those habits, eating out, and then doing it like on a consistent basis. That, at the end of the week, if it's Friday, Saturday, you're going out, enjoy yourself, have a dinner with your friends. But don't do stupid stuff like that on a Wednesday when it's just you by yourself, yet you're spending like $40, $50 on an expensive dinner. You're just trying stuff out.
Just because you were sad that day. Like people are like, oh, I was sad. I
I've
just bought
seen
like
people-
2 new pairs of shoes. Like,
Emotional damage.
check your bank account. You're gonna get more sad. You're about to get more sad.
Oh, man. All right, next one. All right. Ooh. All right, let's talk serious now. Waiting to invest. So there's a lot of people. So we just talked about, spending money on cars, spending money on food, like simple stuff where you can, save hundreds of dollars every single month if you just choose to be wiser. Now, waiting to invest, people say, I don't have enough money. You can literally open up a Robinhood account or any crypto and just start buying partial or stocks. If you spend like...
We're not sponsored, by the way. Please sponsor us.
We're not going to get sponsored.
Robin
I'm telling you that right now.
Robinhood.
If you get an ad, we'll give you a $5 promo code. Okay. But listen,
You
guys.
can put our names in the promo code. It's not gonna work.
But just eating out or buying that extra expensive car, you're spending like a couple $100 extra a month where you can afford it or you can't afford it, but you're spending your maximum amount.
Yeah.
That's money that you should be investing. If you can spend an extra, like if you...
Invest $1 a day. Just start off by investing a few.
That's not going to get you anywhere. Don't listen to that.
Start at least with $1. If you're feeling like, if you don't want to invest $20, just... Whenever you're buying your coffee, like it's like what, $2.64.
Think about that. When you can buy a coffee,
Invest the rest. Like it's at least gonna get you somewhere. Like you're gonna start. It's gonna get you in the habit of investing.
$5.
That's more important than how much you invest in the beginning, right? You don't have to start off with like $1,000 or $500. Just start getting yourself in a habit of investing.
And you'll be learning too. Like even if you have just some money, you start buying and selling stocks. Like if you're playing with very minimal money and you're teaching yourself when to buy, when to sell, you start doing research, start reading articles, and that's how you make money in the stock market. And so you follow the news, but you actually have to be physically doing. You have to be in the game to learn the game. You can't learn how to play football, basketball from the sidelines, right? And like for the coffee example, right? Like if you're getting free coffee at your office, why are you spending $6-7? That's over like $150 to $200 every single month. It adds up. If you go out like 2-3 times a week, limit that to 1 or 2 times. Just cut it off by these minor things and take that $20 or $30 where you're just gonna spend on, at any restaurant for just whatever meal. Just take that and invest it. You'll get more money back to actually do the things that you love, and then keep investing it. Maybe you just have it set like. Maybe you get your account up to like $500 and you keep using that $500 to invest. Yeah, you're gonna lose money. That's part of the game. But you just keep.
But
investing.
you might make some money too. You never know what stock goes up.
Exactly, and then
look at GameStop like a few years ago. Like
that's an outlier. But even then, it's a skill that everybody should have. We're just talking about stocks. There's so many other things. Maybe you save up enough to have a vending machine talk to a local shop when they be like, hey, can I put a vending machine out here? You can get a used one, and then you just have a passive income business. Start small, but start somewhere. The sooner you invest, the better it is for you.
And the thing that's gonna make everything, all of this easier for you is budgeting.
Yeah.
Once you start to budget, you know how much money you're gonna save, how much money you're gonna invest, how much you don't have enough to buy. Like you can't afford a car, you can't afford this. You have to know your numbers. You have to know everything, like on paper or in your mind. You
Not
have to
even
have
put it
your-
down. Put it on your computer. Put it on paper.
You
do
have to have your
something.
numbers right.
Nothing annoys me more than someone who says I don't have money, but then you ask them, hey, where's your money going, or do you have some sort of budgeting
I have
system?
no idea. I have no idea.
And they just like, oh yeah, I mean, I write down my expenses. I'm like, okay, cool,
Yeah.
show me. If you're not tracking where every $1 is going or every $10 is going,
You have to track your
there's
money.
a huge issue because
Yeah.
people start seeing, like, you see those Rocket Mortgage ads, right? Like, oh, I paid for 2 Netflix subscriptions for the past 2 years.
Yeah.
Like, I see that ad all the time. But like, if you're budgeting, you're catching those things. If you're budgeting, you're seeing like, hey, I signed up for this.
You know you're not paying for 2 Netflix subscriptions. If you're
No.
budgeting, like you know.
Yeah, or if you sign up for a free trial for a Paramount Plus because you want to watch a show, but now you're getting billed every single month, but it's in your credit card under like 200 charges a month, you're not really gonna find it because that's just
Not budgeting.
These are
is
bad
the,
habits.
Is the best way to get yourself into that paycheck to paycheck life. Like you're gonna live like that all. It doesn't matter how much you earn. You're just gonna live like that all your life.
And then you won't start having what I call emergency funds, right? Like knowing how much to set aside for investing every month, knowing how much you have to set aside for savings account every single month, that is really important. If not, you get a paycheck and you're doing what he was doing with a credit card, just I have this much money or my bank has this much money, and you're just swiping, right?
Yeah.
Let's say you're not even using a credit card. Let's say your debit card comes in, you get paid like $2,000 in your
And
paycheck.
then you're just paying off those credit cards. You're actually using your own money to pay off that money and just.
Yeah, you don't have rules set in place or sight of where your money is going, and that's important.
You're always gonna be stressed because you don't have. There's not gonna be any money left over like that. What he said. You can't even see.
I did all that for no reason. You can't see it, but it says be smart. If you have bad habits, learn from what you're doing. Budget. See where your money is going. That's all I have for you today. If you got 1% better, man, I don't care if you hit the like button or not, but hit the subscribe button. I want to see the channel grow. All right, guys.
And if your handwriting is as bad, please don't write.
That's next time.